Welcome to our channel. Today we're diving into the fascinating history of the Ottoman Empire. This was one of the most powerful and enduring empires in history. From a small Anatolian state, they grew into a vast, multi-continental empire. The Ottomans left an indelible mark on the world, visible today in architecture, culture, and borders. This wasn't some forgotten empire swallowed by time. They went toe-to-toe with the most powerful kingdoms in Europe, the Middle East, and North Africa. So, how did they do it? What were the pivotal moments that allowed this empire to rise from obscurity to power? That's what we're going to explore today. Stay tuned as we unravel the story of the Ottoman Empire. Let's get started. For centuries, Constantinople stood as an impregnable bastion, a city that seemed invincible to all who dared to challenge it. It was the ultimate prize, a city that defied conquerors for over 1,000 years, a symbol of resilience and strength. But in 1453, a new power was on the rise, led by a young and ambitious sultan named Mehmed II. Mehmed, just 21 years old, was obsessed with the idea of capturing Constantinople, a dream that consumed him. He understood its strategic importance and symbolic weight, knowing that its capture would change the course of history. To take it would announce the Ottomans as a true world power, a force to be reckoned with on the global stage. He assembled an army with advanced weaponry, including massive cannons that were capable of breaching the city's formidable walls. Imagine being a defender on those ancient walls, watching the vast Ottoman army gather, knowing the siege was imminent. The bombardment begins, the ground trembles, and the air is thick with smoke and the sounds of battle. For 53 days, the siege raged on, with both sides enduring immense hardship and loss. On May 29, 1453, Ottoman troops finally breached the walls and the great city of Constantinople fell. The fall of Constantinople sent shockwaves through Europe, marking the end of an era and the beginning of a new one. For the Ottomans, it was the ultimate triumph and a springboard to even greater conquests and expansion. Mehmed II entered the city in triumph and ordered the Hagia Sophia, the Grand Cathedral, to be converted into a mosque. Constantinople, now renamed Istanbul, became the new capital of the Ottoman Empire, ushering in a new era of Ottoman dominance. With Constantinople secured, the Ottomans set their sights on the heartland of the Islamic world. The early 16th century saw the empire under Selim I, known as the Grim. Selim craved legitimacy in the eyes of the Islamic world. The Mamluk Sultanate held the keys to Mecca and Medina. Selim launched a lightning war against the Mamluks. His armies, armed with gunpowder weapons, swept across the Levant. The Battle of Majd-Dabik in 1516 was a turning point. The Mamluk army was routed and the Ottomans rose in their place. By seizing Mecca and Medina, Selim became the custodian of the holiest sites in Islam. This expansion marked the empire's emergence as a global power. The Ottoman Empire, now a sprawling realm, was a force to be reckoned with. At its helm stood Sultan Suleiman I, the Magnificent. Suleiman was determined to expand the empire. His gaze fell upon the Kingdom of Hungary. In 1526, Suleiman led his army into Hungary. The two armies clashed on the plains of Mohács. The Hungarian army was annihilated and King Louis II perished. The Battle of Mohács was a disaster for Hungary. Suleiman allowed the Hungarian throne to be claimed by a local nobleman. The victory at Mohács sent shockwaves through Europe. The Ottomans were now the dominant power in the Balkans. Suleiman's victory cemented his legacy as one of the greatest military commanders in history. The year is 1529, a pivotal moment in European history. The Ottoman Empire stands at the zenith of its power, stretching across 3 continents. They have conquered Belgrade and crushed the Hungarians at Mohács, demonstrating their military might. Now they set their sights on Vienna, the seat of the Habsburg Empire, a symbol of European resistance. Vienna represented the last bastion of resistance against Ottoman expansion, a city fortified and prepared for a siege. Suleiman the Magnificent, the Ottoman Sultan, mobilized his formidable army and marched toward the city with great determination. The siege began in earnest in late September, with both sides bracing for a prolonged conflict. Ottoman cannons pounded the city walls relentlessly, attempting to breach Vienna's defenses. Wave after wave of Ottoman troops assaulted the breaches, but Vienna held firm, its defenders resolute. The defenders fought with the courage of desperation, knowing the fate of their city hung in the balance. The Ottomans were hampered by bad weather and dwindling supplies, which sapped their strength and morale. Facing these insurmountable challenges, Suleiman made the difficult decision to withdraw his forces. The first siege of Vienna had failed, marking a significant moment in the struggle between East and West. It marked the high water mark of Ottoman expansion into Europe, a turning point in the empire's ambitions. While the land war in Europe raged, a different conflict unfolded on the high seas. The Mediterranean became a crucial battleground where control of the waters meant control of trade and influence. The Mediterranean was about to witness the rise of the Ottoman navy, a force that would change the balance of power in the region. Under Suleiman and his successors, the Ottomans transformed into a formidable naval force. Their ships were not just vessels of war, but symbols of their expanding empire. This was about control of trade routes and immense wealth. Dominating these waters meant controlling the flow of goods and resources. At the heart of this expansion was Hayreddin Barbarossa, a legendary figure whose naval strategies were unmatched. Barbarossa transformed the Ottoman navy into a formidable fighting force capable of taking on the mightiest of adversaries. The clash with Christian navies was brutal and chaotic. These battles were not just about military might, but also about securing dominance over the Mediterranean. The Ottomans captured Tripoli, Tunis and Algiers, extending their influence deep into North Africa. The Battle of Preveza in 1538 marked the high point of Ottoman naval power. This victory was a turning point in Mediterranean history. The victory cemented Ottoman control of the eastern Mediterranean, making them the dominant maritime power. This maritime expansion was about securing trade routes and projecting power. The Ottomans understood that naval dominance was key to their empire's prosperity. The Ottoman navy's dominance shaped the destiny of the Mediterranean world, influencing trade, politics, and the course of history for centuries to come. The Ottoman Empire's expansion wasn't just about brute force, it was about the clash of cultures and the exchange of ideas. Their influence reshaped world history. The echoes of their empire are still felt today. The Ottomans left behind a legacy that's hard to overstate. You can still see it in the magnificent mosques and palaces. Their story is a reminder that history is a living, breathing thing. Think of the ambition, ruthlessness, and cultural brilliance of the Ottomans. Thanks for watching. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe for more historical insights. See you next time.